So it's still like nighttime, and people are they still like in chaos, or are they like more calm now that the dude left?
Things are kind of calming down a little bit. People are still kind of scanning the waters, and Grace is still kind of like going through and checking off names off a list to make sure that she did indeed, like somebody is indeed missing.
Well, in that case, I'll leave them be. We got the message from the fish people. Um, and that's all I need to know. If whoever left on their own, especially since the life raft is gone, I'll just leave them be and
Yeah.
start heading back to the wagon.
Okay. So Nyla returns back to the wagon. What about the rest of you guys?
Um, Probably just be staying on top, just kind of continuing to look over to see if there's just any form of like shadow or wake or anything, or just a direction.
Yeah. Keep a lookout.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys aren't able to see much, but some of the crew have like lanterns that they're kind of waving back and forth in hopes to find the missing person.
Hmm.
Probably stay up there for a little bit, then if nothing comes up after like 10-15 minutes, then I'll probably head back to the wagon as well.
Okay. It'd probably be around that time that they kind of give up on the search and get the ship moving again eastward.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's more than likely those probably are cultist. Friend.
Probably.
I forgot the
Agreed.
cultist robes. Or
If he's,
piece.
or if they've gone overboard.
I mean, we don't
Well,
know.
well, whether it was a cultist with some trick to get away or one of the fishy folks who's still working for them, I doubt we're going to be able to catch them. So we just need to be prepared for if they went for help or if they went for reinforcements to
Yeah.
alert them to our position.
What if they didn't actually jump? What if they sent something off to lure us away? And they're still on the ship.
I mean, also a possibility.
We should probably run this with Nyla as well. That we're well aware of possibilities. Did she say where she was going? Or did she just straight up just leave and that was that?
I just left without a word.
Did well, Nyla.
I mean, I
Pumping my
assume
way
she went
back
back to
down.
the wagon.
What if they went back to their room?
Mm-hmm. We can go look for them.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that. I'll go. We're looking.
We're looking.
Oh snap!
Commence the looking.
Would I make it fine back to the wagon?
Yeah, nobody's really paying you much mind at this point.
I want to ask: is the cloth still in the wagon?
I'm pretty sure you guys like picked it up.
Oh,
Thought you had it with you.
Oh well, if it's with me, then I want to step in the wagon and take a seat, make sure like no one's around and such, and I want to pull out Hazelnut from the messenger bag.
Okay.
And look down at the weasel with the cloth in my hand. As always, I do have a word for you. You've been very, very, very busy. But you know, part of the team and such.
Part of the team?
Part of the team.
She's gonna like puff out her little like weasel chest a little bit.
More like the mascot of the team, which is even better.
Mm-hmm,
I need you to use your fantastic sense of smell and see if you sniff that, of course, on an old cloth over here. Does it smell familiar whatsoever at all?
Does she have a stat block?
Yeah. She sure does.
I haven't had to roll anything. Do I have? I guess I have all of them.
They add advantage on perception check when it comes to hearing or smell.
Oh snap! You want to roll it?
Sure. Oh, I didn't want to, you know. Damn it. I probably never set it up. I'll just roll. Oh, I'm stupid. Never mind. I have to click the thing. You have to click the thing. There it is. 14. My bad.
It's all kind of like sniff at it. And then kind of like put her head up in the air and kind of take like a sniff, and then she's gonna like dart off.
Oh. Just like run off.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
And if she
follow.
I was gonna say if you didn't follow, she was gonna run back.
Oh.
And kind of just like bounce around your feet.
Well, I would assume that it's a good sign. You recognize it?
I think I smelled the smell before, Nyla. I think I've smelled the smell.
Do you remember where it was?
Or
who it was?
In the bunk room.
Oh, you know what? All right, I'll pick her up, and while holding her in my hands, I'll start making my way to the bunk room.
Okay. Yeah, as you carry her, she's got her little like nose in the air, kind of sniffing.
I would assume I would bump eventually in the others.
I crave. Yeah,
I know where the room is.
Yeah, I would assume so. You guys see Nyla kind of walking around with hazelnut in her hand.
I will present Weasel.
That's very nice, Nyla.
It is very nice. It is very nice. That's picked up a scent from cloth as I wave it around.
From the cloth in the wagon?
Yes, the cloth from the wagon. She picked up a scent and she recognized it, and she said that she recognized the smell from the bunk room.
It's so matter of
And that's where I'm heading right now. To see if, well, maybe it's tied to someone on board. Maybe the one that left. Maybe they left something behind. Who knows? But I'm heading there.
All right. Let's go. Yeah, unless you want us to just leave you to your own vices.
I mean, no, you can
You
tag
would
along.
put
You're
us
still
by
free.
ourselves.
No, okay. you're free. You're free to then tag along, of course.
Okay.
We're making our way to the bunk room, Steve.
Okay. As you kind of get in there, you see like Hazelnut's head is kind of like on a swivel, kind of like looking at all the beds. She's like squirming to get out of your hands.
Sure, I'll let her go. She's trying to get free.
As soon as like her little paws hit the ground, she's like zooms, and she'll stop at one of the kind of like beds that's like tucked away, like way in the corner. And then she's gonna just kind of like try to make herself look like a little arrow, and like point her little nose very rigidly like towards the bed. Like one of her back feet is out, one little paw forward.
She's posing.
Mm-hmm. Nyla, this one.
Just from looking at it, is there like, I don't know, a backpack or anything like that? Any kind of belongings of just a bed?
You don't really see much. You just see this sort of like really messy cot.
Well, maybe Grace would know something about them as I approach the bed, and I would like to like investigate it, like use mage hand to like raise the blanket, look under the pillow. Who knows? Just look around.
As you kind of like start rifling around, you'll see kind of just like a little bit of purple, kind of like wedged out from underneath like the bottom of it, of like all the blankets. And if
Some
you,
kind of purple. Oh no, go on.
I was gonna say, if you investigate further, you would pull out a purple robe, or one that you are all very familiar with.
Whoa.
I'll tuck it back in and like try to make it appear as if I didn't touch it, and look over to the rest of the party. Now we have two options: either report it to Grace, or leave it be for now and see if they come back.
If you leave it to see if they come back, do you think you could set up one of your little alarm things?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't think so. I think it's only on windows and doors. But I'll take a peek. I'll take a peek. If not, Azenal can always hide somewhere and lurk. And just warn me whenever they're back.
You're gonna leave me here by myself?
I mean, you're fairly brave if you're hiding somewhere in the little corner. To be fair, Mr. Stuffle will be with you, so just keep you company.
As long as Mr. Stuffles is here.
Of course, of course. Would there be like anywhere that you can stuff a weasel in, like a crack in the wall? But
there's like a little space between like the cot and the floor.
Oh, sweet. All right, I'll guide her to it, and of course I take out Mr. Stuffle and make sure she's like barely visible, if visible at all.
And you see like she pokes her like little tiny nose out, and gives like a little squeak, and then like slides back in.
Well, there we go. Well, we have a little sentry for now. If they come back, of course.
Of course. Yeah. Hopefully they're not trying to just pull a fast one by sending something off the ship. Or just pull everyone's attention away while they're still on it, or they sneak back on it, or something.
I'm not too sure, but the sooner we're off the ship, the better. I'm tired of these people.
Yeah. And I can't help but feel like we're completely exposed out here.
Yeah.
And, even after talking to the first mate, we still can't be sure who's a friend or who's secretly working against us.
No, all of them seem suspicious.
I mean, you shared the whole story, so they all know now.
That's true. But for now, I'm heading back to the cart. That's the only safety I have. This 2 doors, 2 windows, little cube.
Little cube.
True. I think it's probably best if we all do. We need to stay together right now.
Absolutely.
If we were to move by ourselves, more than likely they'll try to stop us. In which way they can.
Exactly. Back to the cart.
Back to the car we go. You have fun, Hazelnut.
Wait, can the pie man stay too?
No, the pie man is too large.
Uh,
He's gonna be spotted instantly. You have to be a little spy.
are you sure?
Yes,
Okay.
it's fine. You have Mr. Stuffle with you.
So Hazelnut staying nearby in case someone comes back, or
Yes.
hiding. Okay.
Okay, yeah, you guys get back to the cart without any issues.
That's good. I'm wasting no time going in, making myself comfy. Of course, stealing one of the bench. And just chilling, and probably like eventually like dozing off because I'm assuming it's like fairly late.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have much, so I'll probably just go to sleep as soon as we hit the cart. I'll probably be sleeping outside of it.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys kind of settle in for the night, things kind of quiet down up above. And you guys kind of hear once again the creaks and of the ship as it continues its journey.
Who's getting stabbed in the middle of the night?
End up shanked.
Yeah, you guys. There isn't much else that happens through the rest of the night. Soon it's morning time.
Oh, so it's all good for like a long rest.
Yeah, you guys can finish up a long rest.
Oh, we resting now.
We're resting real good.
So rested.
Resting.
All of the rest. Sorry, I'm like shaking because the gelato's cold and now I'm cold.
I think I was rested. Well, now I'm extra rested.
Yeah, I don't think we did anything. I think I spent 2 spells and that's it.
Yeah.
The next morning, I'll ask, of course, Hazelnut if they're still around. Any kind of sign of life down there.
There were a lot of people that came in, but nobody sat on this bed.
So they must have left then. Well, I'll come fetch you in a little bit. Just sit tight, unless you want to come join us by yourself with Mr. Stuffle, or not. I can just come fetch you.
Okay. She's just like kind of gets cozy again.
I'll take my sweet time by enjoy my breakfast of rations. Then I'll get on the cart and start making my way to the bunks. Saying I'll be right back. Just fetching Hazelnut. There was no one that went for the cot through the night. I'll go fetch her and I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm making my way to the bunks.
So, what time did we wake up?
It's like early morning. You guys probably got waken up by there's sort of the ship's crew, like the shift change, people kind of getting settled in. I don't know. It's probably like 7 or 8 in the morning.
So, even like, I don't remember. I don't know where he slept on top of the cart. I don't know. But he's gonna like get up and like stretch. He's kind of like, he's still kind of on edge. He's not. So he's just gonna like wait. He's not gonna like immediately go up on deck or anything like that. He's gonna make sure like everything is packed and he has everything, and he has like his armor on correctly and his weapon and everything all strapped down because he's just like, he wants to be ready at a moment's notice.
Ibran,
Mm-hmm.
are you feeling okay? You seem a little bit more kind of anxious about everything.
I think I'll just feel better once we get back on land. You know, especially, you know, with what happened on the journey here with the ship, the ghost ship, you know. And now, and I've kind of forgotten about it because it, you know, that felt like so long ago after everything we went through in on Adelphos and in Hades. But you know, with all the, you know, strange things, the strange things that have been going on here on this ship, it just kind of reminded me that, you know, if something were to happen, even not necessarily amongst the crew here, but you know, if we came upon it, if another ship intercepted us or something like that, then you know we wouldn't really have any other option except to fight. We'd be in a pretty tight spot. So I just want to make sure to be ready for that, even if we are close to docking. Even if we are close to Arbington, I just want to make sure we're ready.
True. There is such a thing as being too ready, though. Being too
Are you
rich or
suggesting
not
we
too
drink?
high. Not quite. Just more of being too high-strung that you forget to actually breathe
Sure.
and observe. Things will be alright. Everything will be alright. If something were to happen, I know we'll be ready.
We'll figure it out.
Just don't forget to breathe.
I'll try.
Just kind of slap him on the back and then kind of proceed kind of around the deck just to make sure everything's all right. Even if they don't need my help, I'll still just kind of take a peek around. If there's something that someone either got or something, I'll just take care of it.
Okay. As you kind of like move about the ship, sort of helping here and there, you'll see it's everything seems pretty tense. There's been kind of like murmurs that Crag, one of the sailors, is missing. But nobody stops you. Like they kind of just like will scooch over a little bit to allow you to kind of help out here and there.
Okay.
Shall we go up on deck and wait for Nyla?
Sure.
All right, we're going up on deck to wait Nyla, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, you guys hop up there, and everything feels very tense. Like I was explaining to Havarian. There's a lot of like murmuring here and there about Crag missing, about like kind of the incident of last night. The ship is quite close to Arbington at this point, so it's like a small sign of relief from the crew. But
What are you doing, Nyla? What you doing?
I'm fetching Hazelnut, which I'm assuming is still tucked away.
Oh yeah, she's kind of snoozing at this point.
I'll just put her back, like in the bag, and with of course Mr. Stuffle and return back on deck.
Okay.
I am curious though because I do have my broom and I'm like like floating around. I refuse to leave it behind in case it gets stolen. Not just because of like suspicion and stuff like day one. There, I refuse to leave it behind. I am curious though. If on deck, sitting on my floaty broom, do I need to move forward with the broom, or is the broom following the ship that's moving forward? Honestly, physics, please.
I think you would have to
Explain
like slowly move forward along with the ship.
Sounds good. That it didn't matter. But I was just curious. But yeah, I would return on deck. Enjoy the sun, because we've been tucked away, hidden inside the ship for some time, or all night at least. But yeah, just returning to the deck.
Okay.
I see the town in view.
Yeah, you guys are kind of able to like just on like the horizon. You see, what looks like a little port.
Oh, I see.
You guys have probably a few hours before you arrive. Is there anything you guys wanted to do, or?
Nothing I can think of.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
No.
You guys will kind of see Scott or Captain Yatsen sort of up at the wheel, the fuzzy dice. He's kind of like he's sort of just has his eyes set like locked on Arbington. He's not really looking at the crew. He's not looking at you guys. It's like gripping the wheel so tightly. He's like knuckles are white. And there's no other crew members up there either. You kind of see Grace sort of like milling about down below, kind of by the like sort of ladder that takes you up there. And she kind of seems to be shooing people away from talking to him. And you guys slowly get closer and closer to Arbington. And eventually, you guys would see the port. You see many other ships at dock. Guys sort of just glide right in. You see, sort of as you guys kind of dock, there's almost a collective sigh from everybody on board. The tension that was kind of there seems to be gone. And Grace will kind of come up to you guys and be like, I'm assuming this is your stop?
Yes.
Thankfully, it is.
And she'll start shouting some commands to some of the other sailors, and they'll have a little lift that kind of brings your wagon up to the top deck. She's like, we'll we'll help you get this unloaded, and we're gonna disembark and continue east.
All right, now hoist the horses up, and we'll be on our way.
I think
There's we didn't bring horses.
yeah, you guys left the
Oh.
horses,
Oh,
if I remember
Oh,
right.
right. Well, that's fine. We'll get new ones somehow. Legally.
I swear to gods, if you and I have to pull this thing, I am not going to be happy.
I believe you're strong enough to do so.
Trash boy.
I'm not going to try it.
It's a bit of a workout, but
My goodness.
There better be horses here. Otherwise, things are not going to end very well for us.
I wonder what the minimum number of horses we need for this wagon is. 2?
probably 2. I would assume they're also fairly expensive.
Where are we gonna find 2 to 4 horses?
I suppose it's time to walk. Well, at least for all 3 of you, that is.
Bruh, you know,
Oh.
you bring it on. You bring it on,
Let's
Trash boy.
let's at least
We'll duke it
inquire
out.
on Arbington once we've docked.
They'll kind of like hastily get the wagon off the ship. It's kind of sitting down on the dock. There's like a small little like pathway. It looks like it would be easy to kind of get it out if you had a way to pull it. And as soon as you guys kind of hop off the ship, they're gonna pull up the little gangplank.
I forgot the captain's name.
Scott Yatson.
Captain Yatson, you don't have any business here in Arbington?
No, we're going farther east to sell the wagons in Thalassa.
I see. Well, thank you for ferrying us here.
He'll give you a little nod, a curt nod, and he's like, "You lot better watch yourself. Seems like you know, from your tale that you guys find yourself in a right bit of trouble."
You as well. Sail safely.
I'll give you a little wave.
And off they go. There goes Scott Yatson, the best damn captain I ever seen.
Slowly turn my head towards Ypres. Yeah. You haven't been on many boats, have you?
Well, the two boats, and both captains were pretty good, but I think Scott Yatson was maybe slightly better.
Yeah, no, he was pretty good. Yeah.
Who
I
was
agree.
who was the other captain? There's so many names.
Ibn's gonna look around. Are there perhaps any dirty street urchin children hanging around the
Oh.
dock, Steve?
Oh. Excuse me?
We're looking for.
What the
Steve, I'm serious.
Okay, sorry.
Would you like a perception check? I'm searching.
As you look around, you'll notice that the docks seem eerily empty.
Not an urchin in sight. I was hoping to have someone watch the wagon while we inquired around town.
I mean, if you want, I can just stand watch.
No, I suppose we should all stick together. I'm sure it would be okay.
No,
We all have our
split the parties.
possessions on our persons, right?
Split the party.
I
Split
sure
the
do.
party. Split the
For
party.
the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose the wagon can be left here for a short while at least.
I mean, I don't mind watching over it. I can always fly above, just safety, just stay out of reach.
True.
Keep an eye on it.
Maybe we'll do that instead. Or you can do that. And we'll go have a little look around.
In this case, I'm I'm searching in my bag, and of course pulling out that same old weasel and handing it over to whoever wants it. If it, you're going with Pieman on adventure, without me for once. But if he's searching my sheep.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. If trouble occurs, you can, well, Hazelnut will tell me at that point. There'll be a way of communicating somehow. One way, though, because he can understand her, but they can understand you. So take it. Take the weasel. Just take it.
Ebron will reach out and take like Hazelnut and set her up on his shoulder.
She'll kind of like she'll stand tall. Like, oh, I can see so much from up here, Nyla. How come I can't see this much when I'm on your shoulder?
Are you calling me short?
No.
Right. I like keep my eyes like eye locked on Hazelnut as I slowly ascend with the broom. I'll remember this one.
Varian, Alarin, have you been to Arbington before?
Not really. I mostly deal in kind of the southern ports. But I've heard some other things about this place, nothing really too much to write home about. Of course, things change. It has been it's been a while since I've last been here, so. Well, since I've last heard of anything here, so.
The harbor just seems unusually empty, especially for this time of morning.
Now, how high are you going with that broom?
I'd say 30 feet seems fine to like have a good overview, but not be like in trouble if someone walks up to me. But I'm like, you know, like flying around, not like staying in place, but just like roaming.
Okay, as you kind of ascend, you will notice that most of the ships in this port all have sort of a black flag with a skull and crossbones laid out. It's sort of like it's like laid out on the deck of the ship, like they're trying to hide it.
Oh.
And you see a few people sort of like kind of crouched down over like the side of the ship, kind of like watching the rest of the group. Now they'll be doing donuts in the sky.
I'm taking out my signal whistle and blowing as hard as I can.
You guys hear the shrill whistle from up above. And as you blow that whistle, all of a sudden you guys start to see people sort of stand up from the decks of the ship, all brandishing cutlasses and rapiers and daggers, and a small group also comes undone. Like from there's like you kind of look like a big tarp. Some of them kind of pop out from underneath that and approach the party.
Is this a Broadway show?
Oh, God. Fudge. Okay.
One of them will kind of walk up to you guys. Sort of seems to be the one in charge currently. It was like big gold necklace on, a couple different swords at his hips, and a small like. He's got like a couple of like different skulls sort of adorning his like shoulder pads. He's got this sort of like leather armor on, and he's like, what business do you have here? I see you've got a mighty fine wagon over there. See a few kind of eyeing the wagon.
We journeyed from Okeanos, and we simply disembarked here, and plan on heading inland as soon as possible.
And he'll kind of like sort of half listen to you as he gestures to another pirate, and he's sort of going to unfurl this sort of like piece of parchment, and you guys can see that it has like really poorly drawn pictures of you guys on there. They're going to kind of like look at the parchment, look at you guys, and they're like, I think it might be best if you come with us.
Why is that?
There's a bit of a bounty on your heads.
Is there?
How much gold?
Enough to make me rich for a lifetime, maybe 2.
Wow,
That's
do
not
you
number.
guys hear that? Yeah, just out of curiosity, how much is it?
A couple thousand.
Couple thousand.
Only the couple
Wow.
thousand.
Is that not very much?
No, it is. I just thought we'd honestly have more on our heads.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe this cult is not doing so well, like financially.
They could be losing.
Yeah.
Be losing their funds.
Yeah. I don't know. That's still. I mean, I've never had a bounty on me before. It's kind of scary, but also kind of exciting.
True. Yeah. No, it's definitely a different experience.
Perhaps we could see that piece of parchment.
Let's just shrug. And like hand it to you.
I'm gonna look at the drawings. Now that I think that's supposed to be you, it doesn't look very much like you. Looks kind of. I think they. I don't know.
I don't think they got the ears right.
No, it looks kind of more like rat-like.
Wait, is that supposed to be my face? Why is it just? It just looks like a cotton ball. Does that
Alarin looks
look
really
like
good
that?
though. Look, Alarin. They did the. It looks like someone worked really hard on yours.
Must have been a frog man.
Look at me. I just look like a frowny face. And
No, really. They have some good details in there. They have your massive muscles on there though. Like they did a good job on those. There's some pretty good anatomy on that.
Yeah, just like
True.
the biggest muscles, but they drew his head like super small in proportion.
Like they could work on a proportional scale with that, but you know, honestly, if it was done in a pretty fast manner, that's not bad.
are you sure this is us?
You roll me a persuasion check or a deception check.
Well, I'm gonna roll. I'm not even trying to deceive him, so I'm gonna roll persuasion, I guess.
I believe.
A 13. You're gonna see like a few of them murmur and like, give me, let me look at that. And he's gonna like grab it back. And he's gonna like look at the paper and look at you guys. He's like, shit, maybe we got the wrong guys. He's just like squint really hard at your guys' faces. He's like, if you squint real hard, this guy kind of looks like this one. We should take him to the boss.
That's a lot of work.
We should probably take him to the boss just in case.
Well, what if we don't want to go to see the boss? What happens?
You're gonna see if you can like draw their swords. And he's like, I don't think you want to see what happens if you don't come with us.
And are you sure you want to see what happens if we don't come with you?
Wait. He's gonna like think about it. He's like, I mean, it probably will be kind of messy, but no, it'll be fine. You're gonna come with us regardless.
I'm sure all of you here are pretty good men and women and very, very kind souls in your own rights. There's no need for that.
So you're agreeing to come with us?
No.
Oh,
But there's no need to do this.
The boss might be able to tell us more information, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I'll leave it up to you guys if you want to go with this or not.
Okay, we'll come on one condition, which is you're not allowed to touch the wagon.
that
I don't.
you see like one guy kind of like his fingers like just about to touch it, and he like slowly pulls away.
See you over
He's
there.
like, I'm not touching it.
Oh, I didn't know they were like that close. I thought they were like.
He was sneaking. He was
Yeah,
being,
he was a little
being
sneaky
he
boy.
was he was creeping.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if there's anyone nearby, I would like firebolt, not at them, but maybe like 10 feet away, like as a warning, if they get anywhere close.
Well, what happens to the wagon is up to the boss.
Mm,
Varian, do you have any
Mhm.
experience dealing with pirates?
Surprisingly, no.
Mm.
I've had a very, very nice, very, very kind sailing career.
Oh, that's very
That's
nice.
surprising.
Yeah, that's real surprising.
Very, yeah. I would anticipate at least like a couple run-ins, but no. Surprisingly
Huh.
not.
Wow.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like on my off days they probably ran into some, but I guess I was just lucky.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, well, maybe we should just go for now. I mean, there's probably more of them.
mm.
Maybe we can come up with some sort of bargain.
But what do we have to offer?
I don't know if we have anything to offer that's worth more than that bounty. Except not killing them.
I feel like their lives are pretty worth it. Yeah.
True.
Hmm.
Well, what do you think, Nyla?
I'm 30 feet high up.
What do you think, Nyla? He shouts up.
I'll do like emotional explosion with my hands.
Hmm.
You know, with like a single hand when you do like a little poof with your fingers.
She's ready to kill
Okay.
everyone.
All
Can
right.
I?
So, how about this? Our friend doesn't want to come, and you might have a hard time getting to them up on their broom before they set all of you on fire. So, how about we wait here, and you bring the boss out here to the docks, and we'll talk here.
That's actually pretty fair, honestly. No, that's a pretty good deal.
Now, see, that's not how it works. You're supposed to come with us, right?
Look,
I mean,
They're gonna like.
we're not gonna go anywhere. We'll wait right here.
They're gonna huddle
by the
up
wagon.
and like talk
I mean,
for a
you-
few minutes.
Let
Yeah,
them
it's like- you
discuss.
could literally have people just watch us here. You go get the boss man, come here.
No,
It'll be fine. And no one gets set on fire.
I'm supposed to bring you to the boss man. I've only got like 2 jobs. One of them is bringing people to the boss man. The other is just to stand here and wait for somebody to show up.
Well, this might.
So that somebody could be boss man? Cool.
What?
Yeah, you said stand here and wait for somebody to show up, so that somebody might as well be boss man.
She's got a point.
Shit. No, no. You tell your friend to come down. I mean, she could probably. Even if she takes out some of us,
She won't.
Yeah, she's real bad at listening.
Trust us.
we have.
If you try to force her down, she will kill all of us here, including us.
We've got a lot of bow and
Not a
arrows,
second problem.
and it's just one bunny on a broom.
You don't underestimate the bunny.
Don't just don't. She will not hesitate to end any of our lives.
You're gonna start to see them like slowly start to like. The rest of them are gonna pull their swords out. Like, now I really have to insist that you come with us.
Oh, I mean, see, I'm. The thing is, like, even if I would be okay with it, I can't force these guys to do it. Listen, I think it's a very reasonable offer.
I do feel like it's a very, very good median.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still have us technically in captivity, and we still get to have the meeting with the boss, and no one dies.
I tell you what, one of you come with us, and that while the rest wait here.
Should we split 2 and 2, or just stick all together and just stay here?
Nope, those are our turns. Sorry.
He'll let out like this really shrill whistle. And you see, Nyla can see this, is more pirates sort of like pour out onto the deck of the ship.
Wait, are they on the ship?
There are some on the docks with you, and there are some up above you in the ships that are also docked.
I see.
How many, if I'm able to count?
There's probably like 4 ships also docked here with you guys. And you see there's like probably now like 10 people on each deck.
So it's like 40?
Mm-hmm. It's quite a few fellers.
Can I ask him in Thieves' Cant what the boss's name is?
Yes.
I would like to do so.
Describe how that looks. Just describe. Let's hear a little Thieves' Cant.
Enrapture us with it.
I always kind of pictured it as like random phrases that secretly mean other things. So like, I don't know. Like asking what the boss's name is like, I don't know, do you like hot dogs or some bullshit like that?
Alright, so as you kind of switch to this like sort of garbled jargon, you see guys kind of like eyes gonna go wide. And like it's like a fellow one of ours perhaps?
Perhaps once upon a time.
He's gonna stroke his chin. And he's like, why don't... That's... Didn't expect this. Why don't you come with us then?
This is my crew now. I'll point to like the 3 of them.
Is she saying this in Thieves' Cant?
Yeah, they're having this like weird conversation.
You have no idea what we're saying.
It just sounds like
hot dogs. Yeah, I love ice skating.
It just sounds like the Burger King Whopper song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just different jingles.
That's all. All
I don't know,
Peach
free
is just
Shavakadu
fast
is
food
thrown in there
jingles.
somewhere, you know.
I want you guys to roll somebody to roll an intimidation check on these guys.
Somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Hmm.
I'm not very good at that. I'm very small.
I'm moderately okay at it. Not the greatest, but
You're big guy, more intimidating. I don't know how Bear is at Ebron is at intimidation.
Milo's also up on a
Terrible.
broom, threatening to light everybody on fire. That's
true.
I'm
That's
terrible
you.
at intimidation.
I'm just chilling, kicking my legs, and waiting to see if thing goes down, and hourglass ready.
all right. Here we go. Oh, okay.
18. All right. So as you guys kind of explain, that you guys are also afraid of this bunny. You see a few of them kind of get a little nervous, and he'll kind of like turn. He's like, why don't you go get the boss? He's like, why don't you do it? I kind of get a little pushing match as they start to argue about who has to go get the boss. But eventually somebody will kind of run off. These are stuck sort of on the docks in this like weird stalemate.
Cool.
So-
I just enjoyed my conversation and weird fast food jingles.
Nice weather we're having.
Yeah, I love avocados.
What?
What?
Oh, sorry, wrong. Yeah, it is nice weather.
And
Look, switching between the two was difficult.
a little later, you guys hear this like little like thunk, thunk, and you see this sort of older gentleman, big old, stereotypical pirate hat on, big old skull and crossbones, big old gray bushy beard. He's got a peg leg as he kind of like slowly makes his way up to you.
Plunk, step,
Mm-hmm.
plunk, step.
And the pirates will kind of create a path for him. He's like, seems like you might have frightened my boys here.
I kind of feel bad now. It's definitely not an easy task walking with like only a peg leg.
You see me like rubbing sort of like where it attaches, and he's like, not as young as I used to be. Somebody will bring him a little chair to sit down on.
They just become the chair.
No, they bring him a little wooden stool.
Ah, okay.
And he's like, no. Seem to be at a bit of an impasse. The boys tell me here that the one flying up on a broom is threatening to light everybody on fire. Or at least that's the story.
I really wouldn't call it a threat. Probably more of a promise.
I don't think we could stop
Yeah.
her if we wanted to.
Yeah.
I would like to keep my ships intact. Perhaps you could talk her down here.
Well, maybe it's best if you talk with us and we'll shout it up. We'll shout up to her, or maybe, if you, we'll just let her know what you say.
And he's like, he's gonna kind of like snap his fingers again. And you see some other men kind of like bring out this little wooden table, and one of them says a little tablecloth. They bring out stools for you guys. He's like, why don't you have a seat here and join me? And they'll bring out a little pot of tea
Mm,
Well, thank you. Ibn will sit down.
I'll also sit down.
He has to like really hunch over on the little stool though.
I'll sit down between them.
Naturally.
And he'll have one of his men pour everybody a cup of tea. And he'll pour one extra one and leave it at an empty seat in case Nyla decides to come down.
So I take it you're in charge around here?
That would be correct. This is my crew. I've spent many a year building up my fleet. And some chuckleheads got me scanning the coast for a group that sort of fits your description. I'll kind of throw another one of those parchments on the table.
Oh god, I look even worse in this one. Jesus Christ.
So this is, you'll have to pardon me. This is my first time visiting the port. Has it always been occupied by yourself, or did you recently take control around here?
No, I would never even stay a single night here in Arbington. I much prefer sailing the seas. But we were told that to stay here, so here we are. Now I'm mighty curious what constitutes such a large bounty for the four of you.
Well, do you happen to know who it was who placed the bounty on us?
Not directly, no.
Well, if it would seem that it would be you see, we are kind of find ourselves at odds with a particular group of individuals, and I feel like I could say that neither me nor my companions here are particularly interested in politics or things such as that, but this is a cult, to be precise. Yeah, a cult of individuals who, seek to do quite a bit of damage. Not just to. To be fair, they seek to do a bit of damage to everyone.
I've heard of these.
May say
these cultists, kind of like spit on the ground. Not a big fan.
No.
Neither are we.
Yeah. So the truth is, this is a cult who seeks to reawaken the Titan and have him oppose the pantheon of gods.
You'll see this old gentleman kind of like stroking his beard, kind of thinking a little bit. You can kind of see him kind of like lose himself to thought for a moment before sort of snapping back to reality.
If these titans want to get out, normal kind of enjoyable sailing of the seas is definitely going to come to a very bitter end very fast. If those things are unleashed, it's not going to end well for anyone.
Does make sense. I think I've already seen perhaps some of the first-hand damages that maybe this so-called Titan has caused, whether it's really Titan or just some foul demon.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
You know, like I said, we have no interest in politics or games of power, and the only reason that we ourselves are involved is because uh, the reality is that, you know, if what this group seeks to achieve does come to pass, it'll wreak a very physical destruction on the entire kingdom for all people.
The kingdom's not much of my concern, to be honest. However, uh, despite what people think, we pirates do have a code that we do uphold. I once was the lord of the pirates. I've sort of been recently cast down from my position. And I've been moved over here. I'm assuming to just stay, to get me out of the way.
Cast down, you say?
There's a young pirate captain who sort of grew in fame and power a little too fast, and seems to have some of this. There's something unnatural about him. So it's something not quite right. But he took the seat of the pirate lords for himself, and is now all I can do is, serve the new pirate lord. He's gonna kind of like roll his eyes.
I said there's something not quite right about him.
Yeah, he beat me in a duel. It's almost like the shadows around him would bend to his will. Threw me off. It was quite unsettling.
So, obviously, I have not seen it firsthand. This man you speak of, but one thing we do know is that this cult, the men in the purple robes, being the number that they are, you know, obviously they could not, operate openly, wage open war. There are far too few of them. So what they have been doing is, you know, we know that they have been, we know that they will use temptation and trickery to sway others to join their cause. You know, promises of power and things like that. We've seen it before. You know, with different groups that we've encountered on our journey. So it is possible that maybe something like that is, you know, what helped this man come to power.
Something like that could make sense for sure. All I know is it's not good for pirate kind. He's all but forsaken the code. He's definitely no friend of mine.
Ibrin sips his tea thoughtfully.
He's gonna turn his gaze to Alarin. And he's gonna sort of like raise his like grizzled eyebrows and be like, the lads tell me that perhaps we once sailed together, or maybe you were part of one of the other pirate crews.
I was part of another crew at a time. I wouldn't call him a pirate, but
Most of us don't like to be thought of be thought of as pirates.
yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer to say I sail on a merchant ship.
He's so he's gonna let out a little
Wink,
laugh.
wink.
He lets out that's like a genuine laugh. Right, a merchant ship. They'll give you like a knowing wink.
Mm. You know.
Nyla, are you really casting firebolts up there on seagulls?
No.
It's like to think that you're doing this, and like some of the crew just like jaws dropped, like just watching.
No, I'm not shooting random birds.
Like occasionally in the competition, you hear a flood.
Hang on.
Just some seagull falling from the sky. It's like scorched hot. It's just like burnt. But no, I'm not shooting anything. No, just kidding.
Oh, I've got to find my friend. Hang on.
So the pirate's gonna kind of like put his hands together, and he's like, "Now, I suppose we should really get to the matter at hand here. To the lads, you see, you're just a pile of 2,000 gold.
Right.
So we're in
And go on.
it's just like we're a bit of an impasse because you see, that's an awful lot of gold."
And the way I see it, truthfully, we don't have much to offer. Aside from the gear we carry on us and our wagon here. And I don't know if it can quite match that sum of money. You know, the only thing I can offer as, you know, as a counter to that is not any, you know, tangible amount of gold or wealth, but, you know, just the knowledge that to take that sum of money now, you know, it could lead down a path where in the future there is nowhere to spend that gold, or no other ships sailing the seas for you to plunder, or any other way for you to do business for that matter. The truth is, none of us really know what kind of world these cultists are seeking to create, but, you know, whatever they've offered for us, I doubt that.
You see, I don't even know if the cultists are involved. The offer comes from the pirate lord himself, so I'm assuming it came from them to him.
I would assume so if you say he's got strange powers and shadows bend to his will. Sounds pretty on track for the cultists.
And the truth is, if they seek to create a world that's not much suited for any sort of folks, I'd expect it's not much suited for pirates either.
That's a fair assumption you have there. But the lads don't work on assumptions, you see. I'm willing to make a bit of a deal here.
I feel like I understand where you're going with this.
I feel like I do too.
But I'm keen to hear it from you yourself.
If you're worth 2,000 gold, I don't care how I get it one way or another. Perhaps let's say that you go in debt, and you owe us 2,000. I would like to counter that and hire you for 2,000 gold to kill the pirate lord.
I see.
Then we'd be even.
I think that sounds like a very reasonable, well, I don't possibly reasonable business exchange. You know, especially if what you say is true. But obviously, we need more information about all of this.
Location, maybe a name, maybe.
Nice. Going by he's got some grandiose name now. What was it? And he's gonna like turn to one of his men. And he's like, Grim Deathclaw.
Oh, so fancy.
Yes, he's very much all for the theatrics right now. Yeah, it's young, young pirates captains these days.
Yeah, get that one.
He's holed up in Ilios right now.
Seems like just the place we were planning on heading towards.
Might be a bit tricky getting to him. But either way, he dies. I can take back my place. And if that happens, these lads don't need to worry about gold anymore. And if it doesn't happen, he just kind of shrugs. He's like, it sounds like the world might end anyway. So that 2,000 gold, it sounds like it won't take us very far in the long run.
So about the journey to Ilios, we seek. That is something that we were considering before this point, as well. And we'll likely make the journey by land.
Okay. Be a bit of a journey, but honestly, at this point, it might be safer than being on the seas. Who knows? Strange times we're in.
Very strange.
Ibrin is gonna stand up. Pardon us for a moment while we discuss this proposition amongst ourselves and with our companion up above.
Yeah, he'll kind of gesture. It takes your time. Don't have anywhere else to be. Stuck here.
He'll gesture for the others to go back to the wagon. And he'll wave at Nyla to come down.
Yeah, I'll head down.
Okay, Nyla. So we find ourselves in a very interesting situation. So the gentleman there is the one in charge of this fleet. He's the former leader of all the pirates in the area. Recently ousted from power and reduced to being a captain. Now the bounty on our heads was handed down by the new leader. And from his description, It does sound like this leader has been influenced in some way by the cult. What's the name of the cult? I forget, Steve. They got a name, right? I forget.
I don't think they have.
Um,
Uh,
well, he's been influenced in some
feel
way by
like-
the cultists. I thought they had a name. I forget.
I feel like we learned their name, if they had one, back in Elvingard when we searched that guy's house. And he had a little secret room devoted to
I don't
following
remember.
along with the guy that we eventually went to I want to say it was the Evershade Woods and found dead in the cathedral. The elf dude.
heck, was there? Wait, I don't remember. I know the Titan's name is Zeros. I don't know if I ever gave the cult a name.
Purple robed figures with eyes. The cult of the eyes. Ooh.
Is it just the Cult of the Eyes?
I just made that up.
I don't think they have like a specific name.
I don't think we've got.
Is it a cult or just a cult following?
Oh, I read Cult of the Craigs. Craigs? Craigs? Crags? Craig? I'm Craig. So what's your guys' plan here?
Oh, I was gonna keep talking. Yeah, so he's been influenced in some way by the cultists. And he's given us he's given us an offer,
Right.
which is that he will let us go and not attempt to claim the bounty on us. And in exchange, we have to seek out this new pirate captain, this new pirate leader, and eliminate him.
Well, that seemed fairly simple.
And I mean, I feel like it's not much of a decision, but even with it not seeming like much of a decision, it might still be to our benefit. In one moment, I might sneeze. Hold.
Bless you.
Okay, I'm good. So it might be to our benefit, anyways. He said that this new leader resides in Ilios, and I know we spoke of journeying there already. And if he is being influenced by the cult, it might be another source of information for us.
Do we know where to find this person? Do we have a name?
Uh,
Grim.
Grim Slasher. Grimclaw. Slashy Grimclaws. I'll have to ask him again, I already forgot. But I'll be sure to write it down this time.
As long as we have one. We still have the issue with horses, as I motioned over to the cart.
Yeah, there's that too.
It's not going anywhere so far.
The truth is, we won't even necessarily have to deviate from our original plan. First to Limni, and then and then down to Ilios. However, the fastest way to get there is.
Well, that seems reasonable, I suppose. Better this than a whole lot of bloodshed.
Possibly dying here on this fish stinking dock. Yeah, I do agree.
No, I felt rather confident, but if you think it's a better option, then yes. Or I don't know, duel the man, duel the man for letting us go. A fair and square duel.
I don't
It's
think we'll need
having true. I mean, yeah, if they're working with the cultists, not the pirates, but whoever we're seeking, then yes, it's. I suppose it's a win-win for us. We're still seeking out cultist-related people. So
And if these pirates here that are with us today, following the captain, if they do still believe in the pirate code, whatever that is, I'm not quite sure. But it does mean that they have some sense of honor, then, at least, having temporary allies could be beneficial.
well, I suppose so. I doubt they're gonna be allies whatsoever. All they want is their precious old gold. But for now, sure, I'm willing to agree to these terms.
Precious gold, yes, but the captain there seemed to be very understanding of what might result if the cultists are able to succeed in their plan, and it would not be very good for their business in the long term.
Right. That makes sense.
Well, I'll go speak to him. And Ibrin will return to the table.
Okay. Yeah, the captain kind of gesture to you to take a seat if you'd like.
He'll sit back down.
It's like, assuming you've come to a decision.
We have, and we accept your terms.
That's great news. He's gonna let out like a little sigh of relief. It's like I'm much too old to be doing this. Like kind of gesture at the whole situation. He's like, all right, well, you heard him, lads. Leave him be. Back up your stuff. And you'll see everybody kind of like putting their weapons away. Some of the people on the boats will as well. And you should be free to pass.
So, obviously, if there's any more information you have that might be beneficial to us, anything that might help in our success, would obviously be beneficial to you as well. Information to be freely shared.
Well, I haven't been back to Ilios in about a week, but things had already sort of changing after I left. The pirates that he keeps around him are ruthless. Most are just murderers and thieves. Again, sort of just toss the pirates code right to the side. So it won't be an easy task. I don't know if you'll be able to just roll right in there, but this should help. And he's gonna reach into his like coat pocket and slide you this sort of like big golden coin with a skull of crossbones on one side, and then the other side is sort of just like a like the symbol of a ship. He's like, that'll, if you run into any trouble with pirates, you can toss them this coin, and it's essentially just a free parlay. They'll take you to whoever's in charge. without any harm coming to you until you are able to talk to them.
Mm. And Ibrahim will reach out and pull the coin towards him and put it somewhere safe. So, do you plan on sailing for Ilios yourself to be there to retake the seat when the time comes?
It's hard to say. If you don't hold up your end of the bargain and I sail back there, it's probably going to be the last time I set sail. If you catch my drift.
Understood.
Well, I guess we shake on it.
He'll reach out his old and kind of like weathered hands. I can see that it's like seen many years at sea, it's like rough and calloused. I know he'll shake on it. He's like, "Good luck."
Thank you for being very kind and generous.
Salarin, yes.
Wagon.
Oh, also, we need horses. Do you know where we can find some?
Just take some from the stables. Do you have coin to pay? There's still,
How much per?
you have to talk to the townsfolk. We did our best not to completely run everybody out of town, although quite a few have left.
Okay.
Well, thank you for the tea. And if this all goes to according to plan, then maybe we'll see you on the other side of the continent.
And he'll give you a nod. He's like, somebody will surely come along to fetch me. Should you hold up your end of the bargain? And if not, I guess I'll continue having lazy, boring days here in the grand town of Arbington.
Loveliest town of all. Seems
He'll
so busy.
kind of like slowly get up, and with the help of one of his crew, he'll kind of like hobble away.
Ibern will get up too and walk back over to Nyla. Well, what a nice man.
No,
Seems
honestly.
quite nice.
Parrots
Very
don't
nice.
That's not what I was
yeah.
expecting.
No,
I
not
was
what I was
ready to
expecting at
cut
all.
and kill everyone, or most likely get killed from you, Nyla. But very, very nice turn of events.
Very nice tea, also.
I was expecting all of you to fall asleep from the tea, but
But
surprising you're
yeah,
still standing.
Very good, actually. Very refreshing.
A nice
at least
kind of
it's not
calm.
like that one tea. Alan
We
is
don't
gonna
talk
look
about
at
that one
Varian.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Well, suppose we still have the matter of horses to deal with, so
Yeah.
suppose we'll go ask around. He said that not everyone had left the town yet, so maybe towards the inland gates we could find a stable.
Hopefully, it's not too expensive.
We'll figure it out.
Might have to steal a horse.
No, we don't have to steal a horse.
I
We
don't
might
know.
have to steal a horse.
Pirating. These guys. Well, maybe it's time we do a little pirating ourselves. For the good of the kingdom.
I mean, to be fair, if we had to either steal a horse or watch our whole entire world burn,
And what
we
if we
steal
were
a
just
horse.
borrowing the horses?
I mean, we know how to mostly take care of horses. We're not. Oh goodness gracious! It's been so long, but it feels like yesterday. Oh goodness, why am I forgetting his name?
Or
Cletus.
or
The
Cletus.
great Cletus. We're not. We cannot be as good as Cletus. I don't think anyone could ever be.
True.
But
We may still be able to mention his name. I'm sure people have heard of him.
Say, I'm curious. When we were in Hades, we saw
Yeah.
Cletus, and we saw one of his horses. Wonder what happened to the rest of them.
hopefully
Oh.
living
Ted,
very
Todd,
fulfilling
Dandelion,
and
and
happy
Fluffernutter.
lives.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully they're
I've
okay.
committed those names to memory.
Well, let's go ask around.
Yep.
Let us go.
Let us
We're walking,
go to
Steve.
the stable.
We're looking for the sign with the horse on it. Be like, hey, we got horses here. Come check them out.
As you guys kind of get closer to sort of like the exit of town, like out of town, kind of towards where the road sort of starts, you would find a couple different stables. As you guys walk, there isn't really very many people out. There's not really anybody out and about. You do see like a few like windows close quickly and a few people kind of inside their houses sort of watching you guys. But yeah, eventually you'll make it to a stable. You see there's a couple horses sort of milling about. They look a little unkempt. Like one of their manes is kind of knotted.
Are they just like? Are they all collectively like at one building?
Yeah, there seems to be two horses and just like one pasture.
Guess I'll ask about it. He'll go up and like knock on the door.
Oh. And sort of this young boy will kind of slowly open the door a little bit. He's like, yes?
Hello there, little fella. Is this perhaps the town stable, or do you just own horses?
We own a couple horses.
I see. Is parental figure around for us to speak to?
And unfortunately, it's just me.
Just you.
And he'll kind of give like a little solemn nod. See, my sister is sick, so my parents took her to Neri, see if she could get some help.
I see. Well, you see, we are on a important mission. We are we are grand warriors.
You see his
traveled-
eyes kind of just sparkle as you say this. Grand warriors?
Grand warriors on a mission from the holy churches of Adelphos Island.
Well, I hope one day I could be a grand warrior like you, sir.
Oh, I'm sure you will. You look like you'll be about my size when you're full grown.
Oh, you mean it?
I mean it. I can tell.
I've been eating 2 helpings of vegetables every day, so I can grow big and
What?
strong.
Well, you see, we have a wagon, and we need horses for our wagon to continue our journey.
Well, that makes sense.
And we are new to Arbington, and we were seeking a stable or anyone that might have horses that they could offer for sale or rent.
Well, for mighty heroes like yourself, I have 2 horses.
Well, of course we would pay you for these horses as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've always heard heroes are very kind.
Give us one moment, boy.
Oh, the name's Terrence.
Give us one moment,
Terrence.
Terrence. I will speak with my compatriots on the matter.
Okay.
Ibn will step away from the step down from like the stoop away from the door and kind of like walk back to the others. What do we give him? The cans
I've got gold.
Did you say how much the horses were?
Did you say how much the horses were? Yeah.
I don't think he knows how much the horses are.
Or maybe he knows. It's worth asking.
That way he
Let's
can
go.
get himself some food and stuff, you know?
Terrence. He'll Ibn will like beckon to him.
Yes?
How much are your horses here?
Oh, I don't rightly know, to be honest. But I'm out of food. If perhaps you have some food?
Oh.
Oh my god. Well, certainly we have food. What food do we have?
What's your favorite kind of pie?
My favorite kind of pie? Oh,
Sure.
it's gotta be apple.
Apple pie. That's always a good choice. Do you want that to be kind of a slightly open face, or do you want to have that nice pie crust on top of the kind of cinnamon sugar and a little bit of apple caramel drizzle on there?
Or you see his like eyes glaze over and he's like, that one.
All right. Give me 1 second. I'll get that right and ready for you. As I just pull out the pie tin, summon up the best apple pie I could ever have this magical item create.
Best apple pie this little boy has ever seen in his life.
I'll turn around and hand him the whole pie.
All for me?
Correct. All for you.
He just like tears into it. This is such a good pie. Well worth a horse, in my opinion.
And I should also, if we have any other food as well, we might as well see what we can pull together.
I'm sure we can buy food at the market if need be. More fresh food over rations.
True.
We'll be back with more food for you, Terrence.
Thank you. My parents have been gone for quite a while. The food didn't quite last very long.
Oh, Jesus.
I have a bad feeling about that.
Alright,
I'll just
well,
mumble that over yonder.
Terrence, you sit tight. We'll be right back.
When you're done with that pie, go ahead and set the tin just right over there. I'll be back to clean it up for you.
Pie's gone like seconds. I don't know. He'll set the tin down.
Jesus Christ, that was fast. Alright, let's go.
Oh gosh, do you think he's all alone? Like alone?
I have a bad feeling about that.
Really? Oh god, maybe we should bring him with us. He could be like a mascot.
Oh God, no.
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 We can't. I feel bad though leaving him.
What have I done? Please.
Alright, well, see what we can do for him.
Do you think this is a long shot, but do you think like one of the pirates like always wanted a kid, just never had like the
I don't.
time?
Those
I mean, their
poor.
parent will
have
return
one.
eventually, probably.
Uh,
He's, I mean, he
mm,
said it's been a long time, and
Out
he's
of
my-
out of food.
I don't know. And from what I've seen of the maps of the area, Neary's not that far.
Well, you were looking for an orphan, an urchin.
Not to keep. I wanted one to look after the wagon.
Oh god. Somebody give
Let's
me
go-
a.
well,
Is anybody
let's-
got any good horse
let's
names?
at least go
in
buy
chat?
let's at least go buy him a little food. We're already getting a bargain on the
can-
horses.
Oh yes, we are.
We've got one.
All right. Well, we're gonna go look for.
You'll find like a little
A merchant.
like a small like general goods store. Harrington is perfect.
Is it open? They weren't run out of. They weren't scared out of town.
Oh yeah, there's somebody inside.
Ibern will step in.
Yeah, a small bell will kind of chime. You'll see there's like sort of like creaky old man, sort of like it looks mostly just like skin and bones, sort of like behind the counter. He's like, oh, how can I help you? Don't get too many visitors around here.
Just here to purchase food, perhaps supplies.
We've got some. We've got a little bit here. You know, some a little bit of produce left. We haven't really been getting much delivered here these days, unfortunately. But I've got some preserved fruits as well. I'll kind of like pull out some like fruit leathers.
No.
He's got like, a small sack of potatoes, bag of rice.
Oh, perfect. We'll take all of it.
Yeah, I don't know, a couple of gold, I suppose.
Couple gold. I'll hand him like 5 gold, I guess.
Just 2 will be fine. Thank you.
You sure?
I mean, I'll take more from you if you insist.
Just take the 5. You're good.
Oh, Alan, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, he'll pocket the gold.
And we will take the food.
All of it. Every. I want every edible thing in this store, please.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, I suppose I can give you
Everything.
more. You did
Everything's
get 5
edible if
gold.
you're brave enough.
It's important. It's important.
The big fella's got a point. I mean, what? But yeah,
I mean,
he'll load
food.
you up with a couple
Food.
sacks of like potatoes, couple sacks of rice.
Perfect. All right, thank you, sir.
He'll give you a little nod. You'll see Terrence kind of waiting out on his like front porch step, waiting for you guys to return.
Ibern's just carrying like 6 sacks of stuff.
Oh wow, sir! What? You're so strong.
All right, here you are, Terrence. Brought food to trade you for the horses.
Oh, thank you. This is. I can't express my thanks enough. And he'll kind of like quickly put it inside. So I'll take you out to them right now.
Wait, one more thing, Terrence.
Yes.
So Ibern will unsling his pack and like start digging in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he will pull out a single grape.
Oh,
Just one grape.
Oh. That's a mighty fine-looking grape you got there, sir.
It is, but you can't eat it right away.
Oh, it's for me?
It's for you.
A whole grape?
Yes. This one, but it's a special grape. So you save it, and then if you run out of food again, or if you're not feeling well, then you eat it.
Will it not go bad?
No.
Oh, it's like a magic grape?
Yes.
A magic grape from the
yes, Terrence.
From a mighty warrior?
Yes. You save this grape. This is a special grape. It's an emergency grape.
He's gonna like cup it in both his hands.
Emergency food.
He's like, I must go set this down. And he'll run inside. He's like kind of like rushes in. The door's wide open. You see him kind of like carefully wrapping it in like this like kind of like dirty towel, and he like gently sets it down on the table. Perhaps I'll save it for when my papa gets back. We can.
Oh my! I'm gonna cry.
It's like I can't wait to tell him I met such mighty heroes. I wish there was more time to hear of your tales of heroism and adventures.
Don't worry, Terrence. Maybe we'll come back someday and tell you all the stories.
I can't wait. Please, I'll take you to our horses. It's such an honor to have such mighty warriors use our horses. I know he'll take you out to the field, and he'll present to you two horses. He's like, this one, this is Harrington. And the other one is this one's my horse. I named him Tater Trot.
Oh my gosh.
And he'll go get sort of these like a couple of ropes to lead them by.
Oh.
Here you go. Take good care of them now, okay?
We
promise.
absolutely will.
He'll give Tater Trot one last hug before he kind of gestures for you guys to take them.
Ebron will like take the leads and like lead them around back kind of towards the front of the house.
What do they look like, Steve?
Pretty horse-like.
What?
They've got 4 legs, hooves.
Not horses, horse-like.
Yeah, they're horse-like.
That's
Oh,
just
goodness.
people in just horse costumes.
That's where his parents are.
No.
Yeah, they're I don't know. They're horses. They look pretty strong. Looks like maybe they're used for farm work, perhaps. So they're used to pulling heavy things.
Oh, that's a good sign.
I'm gonna write a note, stating, once a day, you can use this pie tin to create whatever
Oh.
kind of pie that you want. Take good care of it. I'm just gonna set that note in the pie tin. I'm gonna leave it on like the front porch, kind of thing. Your weasel is going to kill me for this.
She'll be disappointed, but she'll be fine.
I'm going to die. As I just walk.
Okay, you guys get Terrence watches, kind of like walks alongside his like fence line as you guys kind of walk back into town, and he watches you guys go, kind of waving. He's like, bye, heroes.
Should we show him the wagon?
Oh, you bet your ass we're gonna show him the wagon.
We'll just ride past his house on it.
And you guys get your horses down to the dock. Your wagon is untouched.
Woo.
There's a few of the pirates kind of milling about, and they give you guys a wide berth. You get them all hooked up.
Hell yeah.
All right, you guys have horses, a wagon. When do you guys?
To be fair, we do have 2 horses on a 4-horse wagon, so we're gonna have to take it a little slower.
I think you guys have always only had 2 horses, right? Am I wrong?
I don't remember. I
I honestly
forget.
don't
I forget every session how many horses are wagon.
Well, any time that we've been riding the horses, we've had 4. Last time we had 1 horse per person.
I think it probably makes more sense for it to be a 2-horse wagon.
But
the
I
wagon
think
itself
2
is-
horses would pull a wagon that size just fine.
They would.
Like 2 strong horses would be just fine.
All right, that's fine. 2
If it was
horses
like
it
a
is.
full-on stagecoach, then I would say 4. But
I thought when we got the wagon initially, there was just like an ongoing gag where we had 3 strong horses and 1 weak ass horse.
Probably did. Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. We can wreck on that.
Hey,
That's fine.
it's, you know what? This wagon was made so well. It's adjustable for 2 horses.
Oh,
woo.
It's just 2 horsepower instead of 4. You know. All right. What are you guys doing?
all right. We'll hitch them up.
Let's show
Well,
Terrence the
well,
wagon.
Get him
I think
ready.
I think we should head out of town. We can always stop. I think we have enough supplies to get us to Limney at least. And then
We should be perfectly fine.
resupply there if we need to.
Yeah.
So you guys start to roll out of town. You know, you're...
We go past Terrence's house.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna shout his name from the runner board where I'm leading the horses.
Terrence will come sprinting out of his house, eyes wide, just like waving at you guys.
Yeah, we have all the lights on the wagon on too.
It's like Christmas for him right now. Just jaw just dropped. Oh my god!
Give him a wave.
I'll wave as well from inside.
He cheers for you guys as you ride past out of town. You see him. He continues waving until you guys can no longer see him. I think we'll end the session here. Thank you so much for watching. And again, we are playing this live on Twitch, so if you ever want to see any of this unfold as it happens, come drop by the stream. Also, all of our players are fellow streamers, and if you like what you heard, please go check them out. They are all absolutely fantastic folks. I'll have links to their Twitch pages down in the description below as well. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you all next time. Have a good one.